I have found that the older I get, the more peace and happiness I seek out to find. I find myself not tolerating people that has no value in my life. I used to tolerate people with their lack of respect for others, the Mr. or Mrs. Know-it-all. It's their way or the highway. Many think they are above and beyond and better than other people just because they have some kind of college degree. The only thing that college degree means is you're good at sitting in a class, listening, and take a test and pass the test. That's all that means. It don't mean you any better. I've seen people out there that has a college degree out in the work field struggling, and then the one right next to them that they're working with that has no college degree working in the same field doing better than the one that went to actually college. When you find somebody and have somebody that is great with their hands and the way they are thinking, a reasoning of how to fix a problem, they will outwork a college degree person every day. The older I get, the more I see that actually happening. Not just I believe it, I actually see it more often. And more I see things like that, more I force myself to have inner peace and care less of what other people think that they are or want to be just because they have this and just because they have that. And that goes throughout many things in life. The show off people. Back in school, oh, my mom and daddy brought me a car and I'm still in high school. Think they were better than everybody because they got a car. That's not true. They just got a car. That don't make them any better. But people will let things like that go to their head. I got a college degree. I got a master's degree. Whatever it may be. I'm better than and smarter than people that don't have a college degree. But if that's the case, why is it only 30% of people that go to college and get a degree actually go into the field that they went to college for? The other 70% is not. So if you're that smart, you would found something in your field that you went and spent all that money to go to college for. That don't sound too smart. I care less about what others say or what they do. What they say and what they do in their life has no impact of what my life journey is going to be. I look less for validation from others. Am I doing this right? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? I do what I feel that is best for my life and the ones that I am responsible for. I don't need a validation. People will do things just to try to get validation from others, to make them feel all warm and fuzzy inside as if they achieved something. Nobody's perfect. There's ones out there that tries to do everything right, and when they don't do something right, they won't admit it. They still try to get the validation from others. You need people in your life that understands when you're not perfect all the time. You can try your best. You're still going to fail at things. That's how life works. You don't have to worry about, like, in a job, well, doing things better the next time. Well, we didn't get that contract. Maybe you can do better next time. You have to face that you're not going to get everything in life. The saying, the older you get, the wiser you get. They don't say that just to be saying it. It's actually true. You start to see how the world really works. Don't worry about getting approval from others, the validation. Worry about making your life better. You're going to fail at things, but you take the negative and turn it into positive. Yes, you may try this certain thing and you failed, but learn from it so you won't make the same mistakes again. And that's something else I see so many people fail to learn, of doing the same thing over and over and over and over. But they get upset and angry that it ends the exact same way every time. They're not willing to change. They're not willing to do things that can change their life. Don't matter how much validation they try to get from others, they're just not willing to change. And the older I get, the more I see people doing that. I don't know why they just refuse to wake up and have a better life. In my younger years, I didn't let what people say or do bother me. They can say whatever they want about me. And like I said, older I get, the more I see that is needed to be done to have a better life. I just don't understand why it's mostly the young generation, but I've seen adults up in their 40s and 50s doing the exact same thing. I mean, don't they want a better life for themselves? Seems like they would, the older they get, they will realize that what they're doing is not getting them anywhere. They keep having the same problem. People tell them that they need to change, they need to stop doing this or that, but they keep going out there and doing the same thing. And for me to have peace in my life, I have to stay away from them kind of people. I mean, yeah, I'll be kind and try to help each and every person that I can. But at some point, it's going to get to that location of they just won't take your advice and try to make their life better. And when you see that it's getting to that point, regardless who it may be, that you're trying to help, you have to cut them loose because you're wasting your time. You're getting nowhere just as they are. Because they're dragging you into their rut that they seem to love to live in. You have to get out of that and have your own life. Another saying is you can lead a horse to the water, to the creek, but you cannot make the horse drink the water. That's all you can do is lead the horse to the water, but you cannot make them drink the water. Same thing with people. You can help them all you can. Show them the things that they need to do or things they need to stop doing so their life will be better. That's leading them people to a better life, but you can't make them have a better life. That's going to be on them and them alone. And and I see that more and more as I get older. If I could go back in time and know now, or know then what I know now, of how you have to run your life, of caring less, there's a lot of things I would do different. I would care even lesser of what people say. I would not help people as much as I did individually. Try to help somebody for, say, 2 or 3 years, I would stop at a year because I see where they are just not willing to take a hold of your kindness and your opinions, and they'll never going to change, don't matter how long you stay around. If I stay with, helping a person say for 3 years and I quit a year, that means that's 2 years I wasted my time because they were just not going to change. That's one reason why I don't like getting in crowds. I don't like seeing people trying to act as if they are better than other people just because something they have in their life. They got a nice expensive car, or they live in a nice house. I like to stay in small groups almost to myself because I'm the only one that is going to make my life good or bad. And as I get older, I embrace that even more. I find myself not wanting to get in crowds as much as I did when I was younger. Back when I was younger, oh man, something going on in town, the circus or parade, or man, I got to be there. Now I can care less. Somebody said, "Oh, did you go to parade? That we had last month?" In most cases, I'll say I didn't know we had one because I was not interested in it enough to try to see if we have any events or not. I got myself, I got my family, I got my hobby, I have my studio here. I'm financially set. I have very few people in my contacts that I talk to, mostly family. I got everything I need in a nice, small, little comfort corner, they say. I got just enough that I can have a great life, however long that life may be. I may be gone tomorrow, don't know. Does it scare me that I'm getting older? I'll be 60 next year? No, it doesn't. Because I know I lived a wonderful, beautiful, prosper life that I really wouldn't change much if I can do it again. Because things I did, I experienced, little jobs I had here and there until I figured out exactly what I wanted. The people that I met when I worked at them places, I wouldn't change it for the world. I like meeting new people. And the older I get, I still like meeting new people, but just not in big crowds. And a lot of people back then say, "Oh, you just a party pooper," you know. I'm like, no, I just don't like big crowds. It has no benefit for me. Most of the time, it's loud and noise, real noisy and stuff, and too many obnoxious people thinking they're better than others. I just don't like being around them kind of people. And the older I get, more peace I want. I mean, I am, let's see what's another saying there. Um, Being here making these videos like I am now, I'm like a pig in mud, just as happy as can be. It does not take much for me to be happy and satisfied. I don't have to have all this luxury stuff. Of course, I can go buy it. I can go buy a new home, buy a new car. They keep bugging me to trade that one in. They told me what the value of it they can give me for trade in. I can trade that one in and buy a new one, I think for like 10 grand more, and I can have a brand new car with the value of what my car is, as good as I kept it clean and everything else. And I can get maintenance on it, and I've only got it maintenance at one location, the place that I bought it at. But I don't want payments. I don't need a new car. What is a new car going to do for me that this one can't do? I don't want one that's got more electronics on it. I got this one and I got it custom built to exactly what I need. The only thing I haven't done that I really want to do in life since I got older is travel more. And that will be changing. But the older you get, hopefully, the older you get, the wiser you get, and realize all this extra bells and whistles that a lot of people say you have to have or do in life to have a good life. It's not really true. But don't let people persuade you to do things in life just because they say your life is going to be better. So many people, they don't look into the future of what their life is going to be. They just live in the now. Like, get a job, get moved up executive, and buy a new car. They make more money to buy more stuff, make more money, buy more stuff. But they don't think about the future of, you get a raise, you stay living in the same level, so the extra you make will be for the future. So I mean, people, when they get older to retire, they're not able to, because they blew all their money trying to be better than everybody else. Oh, look at this, I got a new Mustang, got a new Jaguar, or whatever car. I mean, it's just for looks. I mean, the speed limit is 55 in most places. It don't matter what car you got, you're supposed to drive 55. It don't matter if your car goes 155, speed limit's still 55. And the car would get you from point A to point B. No matter if you spent 20,000 or 120,000 on it, it's still going to get you from point A to point B. And people take things for granted. They do things like be late for work, but they don't think of the consequences of doing that. They do it long enough, whatever company they're working for will just say, sorry, we no longer need you. And I just don't understand why people live that way and then turn around and complain about it. Oh, my boss is not giving me enough work, or they let me go, or, but they don't understand that it's because of their actions is why they are where they are. But things I saw back then when I was young, a lot of people told me I was crazy, not want to venture out with my friends and buddies to parties or events and stuff. I'm glad I didn't, because now the older I get, the more I want to do exactly that. Stay away and be flying solo, per se. Be in small crowds. That's where I find more peace. Less people I'm around, less BS there will be in my life, so I will have more peace. And when I have things in my life that comes in my life that I see that is becoming a lot of BS, I'll leave and get it out of my life so I can have more peace. So don't let people take your peace away. Don't wait till you get older to realize that your life is not as good as it can be because you are letting other people take advantage of you, trying to persuade you to do certain things that you will have no peace in your life because you're being like a robot to them. I thought it was just something that nobody else saw when I was younger. But the older I get, I talk to older people and they say the same thing. And that's what I like about when I did heating and air of my own company. I get to travel and talk to people. I was having more enjoyment of the stories that I was talking to people with that they had to tell me than it was me actually working on their air conditioning. Many times I changed out a capacitor or compressor or whatever it may be, and the unit had to run for, good 30 minutes just to get the flow of the freon circulating pretty well to get a real good reading on the charge and all. And we would sit on their porch and just drink iced tea, lemonade, whatever, and just sit there and tell each other stories. And more I did that, more I see my stories had similarity things that they were talking about in things that was going on in their life in the past. The older you get, the wiser you get. And I just wish there was a way to get this younger generation, or not just younger generation, it's pretty much the people that just won't wake up and find their peace and stop letting other people control their life. People just, some people will just keep doing things over and over and complain that they're going nowhere. It's because they're not getting out of the rut they have put themselves in. If you keep hitting your finger with the hammer, it's going to keep hurting. It's not going to stop until you change something. I just don't understand. Don't matter how much you tell some certain people, you know, things like that. Tell them like quit hitting your finger, it'll stop hurting. But if you keep hitting your finger, you keep doing the same thing over and over, it's gonna never change. And like I said, the older I get, the more I see people doing foolish things like that. And I just don't understand why they put themselves through that and have a lifestyle that they're putting themselves in. I just don't understand. But thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and if you hadn't already, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.